Hey friends, hey Facebook, Joel here. Listen, I just wanted to get on here real quick and have a quick conversation with you. This was prompted by a conversation that I just had, the conversation was about marriage. Um, you know, I've been talking to a gentleman and eventually a couple that's been having some issues in their marriage. And the marriage was strained mainly because of disagreement and lack of communication. But I want to talk about something that's very, very principled because they have turned around their marriage 180 degrees only because they overlooked something. And as they looked at it differently and principally, and then they made the adjustment, they're in a whole different place. Amos 3, I believe it is, Amos 3:3, asks us a question. And the question is, can two walk together unless they agree? And that question forces us to think and give the proper answer, which is no. Here's the problem with not agreeing or not knowing if you're on the same page about issues in your marriage. And it can be small issues, and then it becomes two issues, then three and four and five things, little things. But the culmination of those little things that you're not in agreement on, what they're doing is they're building a wall. And I'm going to give you a formula. The longer we go in disagreement on issues, one, two, three, four, and as they build, the more time we let elapse in our relationships that we are in disagreement on little issues, it could be small stuff. We're building a wall. And as time passes, that cement that you're using to put those blocks together and build that wall is getting stronger and stronger. Then eventually one day you wake up and the relationship is about to dissolve. The relationship is done. The relationship's done because you can't get through to one another because that wall has been built over the last 5 or 6 years where you have been in disagreement on an issue, whether it be how you raise the children, how you do things financially, how you spend time with friends versus one another. If you disagree on these little things over time, that wall is being built. And once that wall is cemented and that wall is so high and so thick over a certain amount of years, then guess what? You guys can't get through to one another and the marriage is pretty much done, or the relationship is done. And so as this couple realize that, we need to communicate clearly to one another how we feel about this specific issue. And then if we don't agree on it, how can we get on the same page? And so today I was talking to them and I was so blessed by their conversation because they have agreed to not let time pass on issues that they may not have talked about in the past in their marriage, and how they agree on those issues. And if they don't agree on it, they decided to make sure that they come to a place in their life where they know what each other feel about that thing and they come to an agreement on it. You see, when a woman doesn't know where her husband stand on an issue, and if they don't agree on it, it creates insecurity in her. And when a man doesn't know where his wife stand on an issue, or they don't agree on an issue, he views it as disrespect. And so their ultimate needs, or their most primary needs, are not being met, and the relationship is being eroded and a wall is being built. But the moment we ask that question that Amos 3:3 asks, can two walk together unless they agree? And we take that principle seriously and we make sure that we agree on different issues, then what we're doing is we're tearing down possible walls that could be built. And our intimacy and our closeness is being fostered. So the bottom line is, we don't want to go 2, 3, 4, 5 days, a week, 6 months, a year, 2, 5 years in disagreement on many little issues, because those issues will then compound into a wall being built. And after a while, we won't even know why we don't like each other and why we don't agree and why we don't want to be together. but we have done the work to build that wall by simply not being in agreement on little things over a period of time, and then we cement that wall. So today was a blessing for me. I had to get on here and share this principle with you because of a testimony that I was given by a couple that I've been talking to, as they slowed down and they decided that we're going to agree on this issue, and we're going to look at all the different issues that we've overlooked over the years or taken for granted, and we're going to agree on all those issues. And they have turned their marriage entirely around. Now they prioritize one another. They used to run from each other and go hang with friends because they couldn't agree on anything. And what happens is, what we do is we find people that have the same things in common with us to go hang with when we can't agree with our spouse. And so our spouse becomes the last person we want to be with because we don't agree with them on most things. We don't have much in common. And so what they have done was taken back their relationship from all the external activities and things that they used to go hide out doing, because they finally realized that you're important enough to me for me to know what you think and for us to get on the same page on those subject matters. They're having a beautiful time, and I'm excited about it. It was the greatest testimony I could have gotten today. So I just wanted to share that principle with you. You guys have a blessed day. We'll talk soon.